This is Michael at Squeeze Marketing, and what we're doing today is talking about how to start Google Ads for your small business. Now, this is obviously one of the services that we provide here at Squeeze, and what you're seeing right now is the overview screen for the Squeeze Marketing ad account. What you see here, cost per click, impressions, number of clicks, that's 376 clicks on our ads, bringing people to our website. And I can tell you from the results that we are absolutely growing our business with this account. We're running well over 30 accounts over the course of the last few months and having great success for our clients as well. So what I want to do with this video is bring all the expertise I've got from managing ads for the past several years for small businesses nearly exclusively. We've seen a bunch of different types of industries, a bunch of different types of campaigns set up, everything from YouTube ads to display ads, search ads, partner network, obviously with the display campaigns. And so we have quite a bit of experience recently with running Google Ads campaigns for small businesses that have a local target. So what I'm going to show you is campaign setup, not from our ads management account that you see here on the site. As you see all of this stuff, this is run from our ads manager account. It used to be called a MCS account, I believe. And so what I'm going to do is show you the startup from the very beginning of starting a new Google Ads account for your small business. So we'll go over here. I've logged in with a different account than our ads manager, and we're going to click New Google Ads Account. You saw some other access stuff there just because that account has authority to log into some other accounts. But this is starting a brand new account. You don't need this live chat. That's what I'm here for. So what we're going to do is target website visits. So I'm going to make this account as if it is for a made-up service business in a single city. So we're going to pick landscaping. That's a common one. But this works for any kind of service business. Retail setup's a little bit different, but the basic principles apply across the board here for a small local business. So get more website sales or signups. Next. Now we don't want a smart campaign. So you see this, if you see that smart campaign up there, that is the former Google Ads Express. That is going to waste your money. As a small business, you do not want to use a smart campaign because they do all of that targeting for you. So you see down here, switch to expert mode. Are you a professional marketer? Switch to expert mode. You aren't a professional marketer, but we're going to make you one today. So switching to expert mode, we're going to see a much more advanced setup. Don't be afraid of that. What it's going to do is allow you to really pick what you show, when you show it, and keep those costs low. So we're going to start with website traffic. There's lots of other options here, but website traffic, that's the one we use most commonly for our clients, and it's the one that's going to apply to most small business applications. From here, we're only going to mess with search traffic. Display campaigns require some graphic design. You don't want to run display campaigns with only text ads. The effectiveness is much, much lower. If you're going to run a display campaign, you either need to have the graphic design skills on your team. Not that hard. Go to canva.com and you'll be able to set some things up on your own. But for search, we're going to keep it simple. These are the ads that just show in the Google search, let you target keywords people are searching, and show your ad at the top of a search engine results page. So the business website, we're going to make up a business website. Now, to start ads, Google's going to verify that the website is legit and that all your ads are going to the same basic website. You can't run a campaign that sends leads to two different sites. Now, you can send people to two different websites in the same account. You just need to start separate campaigns for each site. We recommend a new Google Ads account for each separate business entity, though, to keep those things nice and clean for accounting purposes. So here, we're going to use small local landscaper. Yeah, that's all. So, .com. All right, so here's our website, normal website structure, smalllocallandscaper.com. Search ads, and we're going to continue. Next up, you're going to start building your campaign. It's going to take you right to the new campaign page. Now, you can hit cancel and go just to the dashboard without anything set up, but we're going to dive in and start our first campaign. All right, so we can name our first campaign anything that we want, but let's start with a residential landscaping campaign. Great. Again, not putting these text ads on the display network. From our experience, you're just not going to get a great response from that, not going to get a good return on investment. We want these text ads to go to Google search pages. That's where we want to show them. Keep that search network clicked, unclick display network. Show more settings. You've got some other stuff in here, dynamic search ads and things. We're not going to mess with that right now. Your start date today, end date is not set. We're going to leave it set up that way. You can control all of that stuff once the campaign's set up. Pause, restart whenever you want. Location options. Enter another location. We are in Charleston, South Carolina, so we're going to go with the way we start Charleston campaigns is just with the Nielsen DMA region. That's the TV ratings and how they manage all of that, but it gives you a good idea for targeting initially. Charleston, South Carolina, Nielsen DMA regions, target. And I'll show you what that looks like on the map, but that's what we're going to start with. We'll get more precise later. People in or regularly in your targeted locations. So these targets are important here. People in or show interest in, people in or regularly in, people searching, people in excluded, people in. So we got targets and excluded locations. So what we're going to do is people in or regularly in. That's going to target people that live and work. They're regularly in, weekly, week in and week out. This is not going to check travelers, people who come visit Charleston. Charleston's a vacation destination, but it's not going to target those. This is regularly in. So these people whose daily lives involve being in Charleston, South Carolina, this region that we're targeting. So we'll select that as the target. Don't worry about this exclusion because we don't have any excluded locations yet. Language, English. Audience, we can get into detailed audiences, but we're not going to mess with that. Initially, we're just going to target based on their keyword searches. Budget, we just put a low number in there just to be able to fill the spot in. We're going to target clicks. Clicks. We want people to click through the website. There are other bid strategies, conversions, impressions for brand awareness. There's lots of other strategies. We're keeping it simple. We want people to click the ad, go to the website. You go into more settings, ad schedule all day, ad rotation, optimized to prefer the best performing ads. We're going to leave all that stuff the way it is, and we'll add extensions later. Save and continue. Now we've got our ad group. We're going to keep it the same name as our campaign, and we're going to add some keywords. Now what I like to do is go to the keyword planner, and so we're going to have that ad group named, but we're not going to add the keywords yet. Save and continue. Now we've got our ads. Again, I like to add that after we've set up some other stuff, so we're just going to go and cancel here and then save and continue. All right, so we have our campaign with our location targeting set up, asking for payment info. We have a payment plan on here already. This is where you would put in your payment information for that ad spend. So we're going to use the Squeeze Marketing payment profile, but we're actually not going to start this campaign, so that's no concern for us. So this is where you add your payment information and a promotional code. If Google sent you one in the mail with a postcard, they'll probably send you one after you start ads anyway, so I'll show you where to go in and add that promotional code later as well. Submit. So they're going to set up our billing here, make sure we're all good. Explore your campaign. So this is the dashboard. You're going to see this all the time running your Google ads. Go over, click over to campaigns. You see our residential landscaping campaign. We can add a commercial landscaping campaign. We can add a landscaping design and installation campaign. You want to add campaigns by line of business. All right. Now, you can also separate campaigns. There's a number of different ways Google recommends to do this. So we add, for one single small local business, we add campaigns by line of business. Now, if we had a business with multiple service areas, we would then do campaigns by service area, ad groups by line of business. So the ad group is where you target the keyword, and so you have to separate ad groups to get separate sets of keywords. So we're going to go with a simple setup. Campaign for each line of business, ad groups reflect the exact same. So now what I'm going to do is click into this campaign. Here you see the ad group. I'm going to click this ad group, and it brings us automatically to the keywords section here, and you see no keywords. So where we go to add these keywords is we go up to Tools and Settings, Planning, and Keyword Planner. We're going to get started discovering some new keywords. All right, so residential landscaper. This is where you put in your 2, 3, 4 most likely keywords that people would use to search for your business. Residential landscaper, lawn mowing services, home landscaper, local lawn company. We'll put in some general stuff like this. You can also use your domain as a filter. That's going to further clarify some of these keywords. But since we're using a made-up domain, that's not going to help us here. And get those keywords. Now, these are the ones you searched. It's going to show you the average monthly searches in the area that you're targeting. Well, if you look up here, we're targeting all of the United States. Let's narrow that down to the Charleston-Nielsen DMA region. That's where we're going to be. Oh, picked the wrong one there. There we are, targeting this. So see on the map, Charleston, but the Nielsen DMA region, where they pull the TV ratings from, comes from that geographic area. So this is very general. A real landscaper wouldn't be targeting that much. Let's look at something slightly more narrowed down. We can then target just inside the city limits. There's some options there. So a few things in here, but we'll target the DMA region just for this search, and then I'll show you how to go in and target much more specifically. So it's going to update these with your more reasonable, accurate monthly search volume. You see these are general, but they give you an idea. And then these costs per click, right? So you can add all those keywords. You can pick them individually. Big list. Or what we can do is take a look at this and say, let's look at 50 of these keywords. And these are all general. You want to go through and pick. You can look at top of page bids, the high range, the low range. That'll help you pick some keywords. And we don't want to pay $12 a click for residential landscaping, but $2 might do it. So the way we decide on this is we're going to go through and pick. Mountain landscape's not going to be the one for us. So we're going to click all of these to pick up 50 of them, and then just take out the ones that don't fit for us. Home Depot, someone's searching specifically for Home Depot. That may or may work, but it looks like they're searching for a product, not a service. We don't live in the desert. Home Depot, that product. So as I go down here, city landscape, that's not something that applies to us. So as we go down, we take off the things that do not apply, so that we get a decent list of services, list of possible search terms that apply directly to us. So we go down here. I need my grass cut today is a great one. Great. All right. So we've got our list, 37 of these keywords. We're going to add to an existing campaign because we've made a campaign already. Pick that residential landscaping. Add to that residential landscaping ad group. And then the match type. This is very, very key. So what I want to do, I like to start these with phrase match. Now, when you look at match type, phrase match is what applies best and most simply to small local businesses, because what it's doing is it's taking words in the phrase. So if lawn mowing service, phrase match would pick up things like lawn mowing service near me. It would pick up best lawn mowing service. So you would show for similar types of searches to that specific phrase, and that include that phrase. So anything that includes that phrase, even lawn service, could be picked up there. So anything that includes that phrase will be picked up with phrase match. And then we just click add keywords. Now, there's lots of different techniques for this. Broad match modifier is another one that you don't see in here that requires a little bit more direct setup. People like to pick exact match stuff and then mix in phrase match. There's lots of techniques. We're going with simple to get you set up and get you going in a way that's not going to waste a ton of your money and that'll show ads for the right kind of searches. So now we've put keywords into that campaign. So we can X out of here, go back. All right, now we're in that campaign right where we were before, and you see all these keywords, and those quotes are how they designate phrase match. All right, so we have a campaign. We've got some basic location targeting, but we want to make that location targeting much more specific. We got to add our ads in. So up here, a little all campaigns link. We're going to click that to go back to the front. Click this campaign. Go down to locations. Now we have this wide area, but we don't want to target all of that. Let's target a small radius around the center of Charleston. So go click this blue button to edit. We'll get rid of the DMA region. Click over here to radius. We're going to do, let's do 12 miles, 15 miles right around Charleston, South Carolina. Boom. Now much tighter target. You can put in zip codes under locations. You can put radius around an address. Doesn't have to be a main city. Lots of different options for targeting. You target in a way that is going to exactly cover where you want to do business, and you'll be good to go. Play with this screen, and you can really get your targeting down to exactly what you want. We'll save that. Now we've got our targeting for that campaign done. Last thing to do is set up ads. So go over to ads here. You can click all the way out to campaigns again to make sure you're in the right campaign. Go to residential landscaping, get into that ad group. You've got your keywords. Then if you go over to this menu, you can click over to the ads. Now we're building ads for that campaign. You can click here for text ad. I like the big blue button. We're going to do text ads. All right, now we have to put in our URL. So the best thing to do is go to your website, go up here into the browser, copy it, paste it right in. We don't want mistakes. I'm typing it because this is a made-up business. SmallLocalLandscaper.com. I think that's the same one we did. Headline. And I'll show you some of the squeeze ads that we've built after this so you can see this. Oh, see there's some text limits here. So you got to fall in the text limits. Oh, there we go. Text limits that are on the page, 30 characters, so residential landscaping. Professional service. And you can write this in the way that best represents your company. And now I'm going to put in some ad copy here. Am I spelling things wrong? There we go. There's the first one and the description number 2. So I'm trying to get this, but it's not quite fitting in. So you kind of need to massage the text a little bit, get creative with ways to phrase the sentence to fit it into the 90 character limit. So it says, give us a call today. I'm going to change that to call us today. Yep, there we go, 86 characters. So you see how the ad shows. You get a preview as you're building it over here. You see the desktop version as well. Boom, we've got an ad. We recommend you build at least 3 or 4 to test them against each other initially. Ad looks good. Let's add an extension onto that ad. So while we're in here, you see ads. Go right over to extensions. And now we add some extensions. So the first thing we're going to do is create a site link extension. These are the big ones that get lots of attention, good click-through rates. This is where you want to talk about your services. So here, typically, we'll do this. Put a little description line in here. And then you put your URL. So that might be you want to send them directly to the extension that goes to that service that you're talking. So this lets them dig in deeper to your website directly from the ad, as you see over here. So you're going to go down, fill all of these out, get the URLs in there. And I'm just going to copy and paste some of these things over just so that we fill them out. But you want to write unique descriptions in here for everything. You might put here the about us if you've got a cool company story. Check out the team. Got that in there. All right, so we have a few site links. That's cool. Put this in here for a contact. We like to have the contact page as one of these always, because if they want to contact you, contact us. Sometimes Google's going to limit where you can put these exclamation marks. Test, they'll stop you if you're not allowed to put an exclamation mark there. Give us a call today. And all right, there we go. We've got some things in here to entice people. Now you can see how that's going to look right over here, boom, on the desktop version. So this is what the user will see, and you can see how much more dynamic the ad is with all these additional links and more details. So we've got our extensions, and you can apply these extensions to the ad group, to the campaign, to the account. So you can have different ones for each campaign, different ones for each ad group. We're going to go ahead and apply these to the account for now because we'll use these across all the ads, but you can set that up however you'd like. Save. We're ready to go. So now if we go back to campaigns, what we've got is a campaign for residential landscaping, an ad group for residential landscaping, all the keywords set up to target. I'm actually going to go ahead and pause this campaign so Google's not looking for a website that doesn't exist. So after I set the campaign up, I like to pause it here and let this campaign pause button or enable button be the area where I start and stop campaigns. That starts them and stops them from the top level. Everything else stays enabled so that you're not missing anything. So we've got ads, keywords, location targets set up, payment profile set up. Everything is ready to go. If this was a real website, you know, as we look into this campaign, we take a look at the ads. Google is most likely going to deny this ad because smalllocallandscaper.com. I'm not even sure if that's a business. Could be. Yep. Not a website. So they're going to deny this ad because it's not a real website. But if your website is in here, the ad will get approved. If everything is set with the green button and your payment profile set up, as soon as that ad's approved, you will start showing live on searches and incurring charges. So make sure, if you don't want to start immediately, that the campaign is paused. All right, so what we've done here is we've gone through and set up a campaign, set up an ad group. We've added keywords to target. We set the location settings. We did initial settings to only show on search, not display, things like that with the initial campaign setup. Then we built our ad. Now we're ready to go. We can start the ad account from here. So this is the quick 25-minute down and dirty of how to get a small or Google Business ads, Google Ads set up for small business. We used a local landscaper in Charleston as an example, but this is applicable across pretty much any small local business to set up this way and start showing ads immediately without using the smart campaigns, Google Ads Express, and wasting a bunch of money on keyword targets broadly that aren't going to be perfectly applicable to you. So this is our setup. This is the advanced user version for a local business who wants to do it on their own. Again, please go to squeezemarket.com. If you have any questions, get in touch with us. We do these account setups every week and manage quite a few Google Ads accounts successfully. And so I like to think that we know a little bit about what we're talking about, and we'd love to help you out. Thanks.